This person has been by your side when you've been sick, when you've needed money. Literally, this person has been your day one. Okay? But they don't want to be by your side no more. Uh-oh. What are you going to do? You going to blackmail him? Wait a minute. Let's dig in before you do anything foolish. Welcome to the show. My name is Georgiana and I am your host. If you are new here, this is the space where we talk about life lessons learned from K-dramas, Nollywood movies, and Black films. A joyous new year to all of you. So let's dig in. Now that we have all that formalities out of the way, let's dig in. So today's life lesson is coming to you from the K-drama. No! It's not a K-drama this time. It's a Japan one. So they've taken the K-drama Nevertheless and made a Nevertheless version for Japan. Okay? It is shorter. There's only 8 episodes, and each episode is about 25 minutes long. So I'm going to hit you with the synopsis. So the general synopsis says, after a painful breakup, Miu vows to focus on art and avoid love until an encounter with an aloof, charming artist stares her deepest instincts. So the name's obviously completely different as well. So the character that Song Kang played in the Korean Nevertheless is called Ren, and it's played by Ruisi Yokohama. And then the character that Nanabi plays in this one is called Miu, and it's played by Sarah Minami. I'm sorry, I mess up names. Please forgive me. So in this version, though, I will say that they humanized Song Kang's character better. Right now, I did a video on Song Kang's character, Nevertheless, in the K-drama version about red flags. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. It might fill in the blanks for you. So in this one, though, it's humanized him because the best friend is actually sick. And that's the woman that we see him with that distracted him from being with Miu, who is Nanabi's character. Okay, but in the Korean drama, we just felt like he was a two-timing dog, right? Like he just wasn't, in a mind space to commit. So he was a complete jerk on the K drama, Nevertheless. But in this one, they humanized him more. So we're taking our life lesson from this part because of the emotional blackmail that Ren's best friend put him through. So she was sick and she'd been sick and they grew up together, literally. And she had been sick from the time he knew her. And so they've been each other's backbone and everything, just like really supportive. And he's been there for her and all of that, right? And at one point they did date, but it didn't work out. And he ended up breaking it off between them, right? And so at this time, though, when we come back to them, where he's already, you know, gotten this attraction to Mew and all of that, and he's acting like he really cares for her, and she lets her guard down and all of that, she comes into his life, and we find out, we discovered that she's sick again, and this time it's really terminal, right? And then she guilts him into being her boyfriend before she dies, right? And what's he gonna say? You tell someone you're dying and then they ask you to be their boyfriend. Of course you're gonna be their boyfriend. And besides, this is like your childhood best friend, right? And you've grown up together, you've explored the world together, like, and you're both into art and all of that, you know? But is that okay? That is not okay. I get it. Like her, she's terminal. She hasn't got long to live, right? But she also knew she was standing in the way of his relationship with Mew without any explanation, right? Like he didn't explain anything to Mew that, she's my best friend, she's sick, like none of that. So today we're talking about you're guilty of emotional blackmail So these are the signs to show that you are emotionally blackmailing somebody. So the first one is when you're bending backwards to make them happy, doing extra things they haven't asked you to do, thinking that will make them happy, right? When you're doing that, and they're not happy about it, or it doesn't make them want you more or get closer to you more. I mean, like, it's not changing your friendship. It's not, improving your love or anything like that. You are emotionally blackmailing that person by doing what you are doing that you think is going to make them happy. Period. Stop doing that. The second one is when their mind, their body, their spirit, like everything is not present with you. Literally, Ren, he was there with the girl, but he's constantly looking at what Mew is doing, constantly focused on who she's talking to, getting pissed off by who she's talking to. All right? He didn't want to be there with that girl like that. He wanted to be her friend. Like, he didn't want to stop being her friend, but he didn't want to commit to being her boyfriend. And she had to see that. And the thing is that people see that. You know when someone's not present with you. But you lie to yourself and you think, yes, they're present with me. No, they're not present with you. He's not present with you. She's not present with you. She doesn't want to be there with you. I know that's hard. I know it's harsh. But that's emotional blackmail when you're making them be there and they don't want to be, and everything inside of them is telling you they don't want to be there with you. And the last one is when they say they don't want to be with you anymore. Literally, like they've said the word. Do not say you don't know what you want. Oh my goodness. They are grown people. Okay, they know what they want. And even if they do not know what they want, allow them to figure that out on their own. Don't emotionally blackmail them by saying they don't know what they want. When I've told you, I don't want to be in this anymore. Ren, the character, he finally did tell his friend, I don't want to do this anymore. He was so miserable pretending to be her boyfriend. He said, I don't want to do this anymore. And she finally understood and let him go. Unfortunately, she did pass. I'm sorry if I'm ruining this for anybody. But she let him go. You've got to let people go when they say they don't want to be with you anymore, right? One thing I've always said, one thing I know about me, I should say, is that I don't like to be where I'm not wanted. And I really hope that nobody else does. That you don't want to be where you are not wanted. Be where you are wanted. One thing I believe about us is that we are all connected for a reason, right? But those seasons come, those reasons come, and sometimes it ends and we have to say, bye. Like if I no longer serve you, if our relationship is no longer fruitful in that, I'm a good partner, right? Like I'm fruitful to you. It's a good partnership, like a give and take partnership, right? If it's no longer that and you're not happy and you don't want to be with me, okay, that's fine. We move on. Every person, every friendship, every relationship has its seasons, and the seasons change and all of that. But if it comes to a point where that person says, I don't want this anymore, say, okay, let them go. Why? Because it's better for you and you will be better for it. Don't cling to them. Don't emotionally blackmail them. It is better for you. And who knows? God is probably shutting this door to open a better and more fruitful door for you. But you've got to let go in order to step into that new season. So for those that have seen the K-drama, nevertheless, I think you should check out the Japan version. It is shorter in the times. It is only 8 episodes, but I think it just kind of humanizes Ren, who is Song Kang's character from the K-drama. And so he doesn't look too much of a jerk. He's still a jerk, but he doesn't look too much of a jerk. So maybe check that out. And it's just a little bit more mature, I think, as well. But yeah, do check it out. And you know what time it is? It's time for an encouragement. Usually before I leave you, I like to encourage us with a scripture. And today's scripture is coming to you from Galatians 1, and it is verse 10. Now, am I trying to win the favor of men or of God? Do I seek to please men? If I were still seeking popularity with men, I should not be a bond servant of Christ. So this year, we should ask ourselves the reason why we do things. When you're holding on to this relationship, when you're holding on to that habit, why are you holding on to it? Does it honor God? Does it please God? Does it make you a servant of God? That's the question we should be asking ourselves this year. About every single task we take, about every decision we make. Is it honoring God or is it pleasing man? Pleasing you or wanting to be popular in the eyes of people, to be a celebrity? But I bring this to you that everything we do should only please God, should only appeal to God and not people. We shouldn't do things to please people. We shouldn't do things to please our flesh. I have to remember that this year, and I hope that you too will remember that. All right, guys, that is it for today's show. I want to thank you so much for checking this out. I would love it in the comment if you would let me know what you are giving up this year. Even with all our goals and everything, there are certain habits that we should probably give up this year. What are you giving up? Let me know. And if you've ever been blackmailed emotionally, please let me know. Have you been the one that blackmailed people? How did you recognize you were doing that and turned the corner? Until next time, y'all, please remember to take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and be kind to others. Love y'all.